Hi everyone. Thought we'd make a long overdue video of who am I am me. Fast Jimmy, I got the shirt, bro. I really like it. I like that design. That's cool, man. Dale Elliott came up with Pappaw Scale Dreams. That's what the grandson Doug calls me, Pappaw. And you have scale dreams. So if you dream it, you should build it. I was born December 1950, 2 months premature. Weighed 4'4", went down to 2'2". Almost died in the Hershey Hospital. They only had one incubator and I had to share it. They took me to Harrisburg Hospital and I turned around and came home about the time I was supposed to have been born. So now this December I'll be 64. And now I'm 6'3", 330 pounds. Quit smoking 5 years ago after smoking for 40 years. So July 21st every year I treat myself to a banana split. It's the only banana split I have all year, but that's my reward for quitting. Modeling probably started in 60-61 when I was 10 or 11. I mean, you could buy a model for $1.50, $2.50. Saved up your allowance, you went and got one. Oh man, we called them trees. Cut everything off the tree and didn't know anything about washing them. You just, the old testers, tube glue, and glued them up and brush painted them, and woohoo! Look at that, man, that looks cool. So, did that all through high school, then went into service, got out, started getting back into it. I got into World War II armor. The Nazi armor, they had some fantastic armor, and I always liked the U.S. airplanes. P-51 is my favorite. I love that airplane. Was on a ride down to the Air and Space Museum outside of D.C. and there was some people had a table set up, and here it was one of the Tuskegee, is that how you say it? Red Tails. He was there. What an honor to shake that man's hand and tell him thank you for what he and all his comrades had done. I'll never forget that day. That was a great day there. But then started, like I said, started building in 74 through like 82, 83. And then life caught up. You know, had to take care of business. Priorities were other than modeling. So now with the grandson, want to get back into it. Airbrush, been doing the old spoonology with HOK, House of Color. And have to get that first body painted. Get that fear of painting that body out of the way. What's the worst that can happen? Purple pond, right? So we got to get that done so we can start modeling again. Once it's in your blood, it's in your blood for life. And what some of you guys are doing is just blowing my mind. Unbelievable. I mean, Fast Jimmy 71. Styrene Junkie 73, Chevy Cheeseburger, Dr. Cranky, Rick Howard, oh geez, Little Joe. There's so many of you. Apologize if I didn't mention your name, but some of the stuff you are doing is just like, wow, unbelievable. And so many of you say, if I can do it, you can do it. I don't know. I just cut open my first trunk ever, and after watching so many videos I thought I'd try a hinge and came up with Pappaw's hinge, and I really like the way that works and came up with that trunk hinge, and that seems to be working pretty good. So, you know, I'm not the first guy to make a hinge or a tachometer. These are just my versions, and the aftermarket is just unbelievable what you can get. Photo etch, what's that? Buying wheels and tires and distributors, and I mean, all this stuff, it's just like unbelievable. Got to have some pretty deep pockets if you want to really get into it, or figure out how to do it by yourself like Fast Jimmy. He makes so much stuff, it's unbelievable what he comes up with. And Rick Howard, is that Camaro he did was just like, oh my gosh. So it's, I say it's the styrene demon comes out. Go ahead, you can do it, you can do it. And then the styrene wizard comes out and says, no, settle down, take your time, you know, like one on this shoulder, one on this shoulder, and take your time. Just, you have to get to that point. But I was so used at working the Hershey company in product development, they wanted stuff yesterday. You had to get it done immediately. And I'm still in that mode after 20 years. That's hard to slow down. But I have to learn to just slow down, take my time. If things don't go right, you put it aside, go watch YouTube or TV or a movie. Come back in an hour or two or the next day, and then sit down all refreshed and, okay, let's tackle this again. But you got to do that. You got to keep it a hobby. Keep it where it's fun to do. When it isn't fun anymore, then it's time to stop. Because why do it if you're not having fun? And I hope to be having fun, and I hope I'm around for another 20, and hopefully every model will be an improvement. And I want to keep this first one in view. Like somebody said, you go back and look at that first one you build after years, and then a year later look at what you did and say, wow, look how much I've improved. So that'll be like my personal inspiration. Keep this first one on view. Say, oh, come on, you can do better than that. And just trying to keep getting better and better. So that's me. It's been so much fun watching YouTube. I got a channel just so I could download YouTube videos, because I can't remember all this stuff. I've seen your moments, you know. Just wait. You'll see what I'm talking about. You start writing stuff down more and more, but that's fine. As long as you're having fun, like I said. Okay, so that's me. See yous later. Shaka brah.